Hi, this is Sennyo. I have a list of top 10 tips that I want to give you for hooping. These are things that I wish I was told when I first started hooping, and they're just little things I picked up over time. Plus I'm adding one bonus tip at the end that I think is good for everybody to remember. So I have my little cheat sheet here, so that's what I'm looking down at just so I remember. So tip number 1. Get used to dropping your hoop. It's going to happen all the time. Even people who are advanced hoopers, when they're learning something new, they're just dropping it and flinging it all over the place. Get really used to that. It's just going to happen. The faster you get used to it, the easier hooping will be. So don't worry about it. Number 2, concrete. If you have a brand new hoop that you've just bought and spent some money on and it's really pretty, you do not want to be hooping on concrete. You will destroy the tape on that so fast. Basically, it's always good to have a beater hoop, but if you don't have that, try to hoop anywhere else. Carpet, hardwood floors, even grass. Just avoid the concrete. Once you get better and you're not dropping your hoop so much, it's not going to be as big a deal. Number 3, scuff marks. Scuff marks on the floor. Hardwood floors or linoleums, you're going to be leaving a lot of them there, and I even have scuff marks on my ceiling and it's hard to clean off. Usually kind of that magic eraser stuff, or sometimes just some water or having a good cloth will get it off really quickly. My linoleum floor is kind of textured, so it takes a little bit more scrubbing, and so I usually do it like once a week after I've built up some, and I scrub them all off at once. Number 4 is everybody's different. Some people are going to pick up things a lot faster than others. So if it takes you a little bit longer to pick up a move, don't worry about it. The goal is to have fun. And there might be a trick that you pick up faster than somebody else, and it might be different for another trick. So don't ever compare yourself. Just have fun with it, relax, and do what you can do. Number 5 is to develop a feeling for the hoop, and what that means is as you develop control of a move, you will notice that you're not using your brain so much, you're doing it by feel. So one way to really master a trick is to put on a blindfold or close your eyes and see if you can do it. Never do this though until you are really good at this trick, otherwise it's just going to be a mess. So take your time. Once you can do that and use the blindfold or close your eyes, then that's going to help you see if you are off anywhere, because you can feel exactly what you're doing. Number 6, bruising. Boy, I get a lot of bruises, especially because I like to use big heavy hoops. When I learn a new trick, I will be covered with bruises, and you kind of get used to it. You do toughen up so you don't bruise as easily. One thing that hoopers like is something called arnica, and I like it when it comes in a little tube like this, and it's spelled A-R-N-I-C-A, and you can usually find them at natural food centers. A lot of times it's by the Tiger Balm, and this really helps bruises go away a lot quicker. And so a lot of hoopers always have this on them. And it also comes, I think you can take it in like vitamin form also. So number 7, learn to hoop in both directions. When I first started hooping, I just started on my waist, and I did not realize I could change the direction. And as you learn to hoop, you'll want to do as much as possible in your reverse direction for 2 reasons. One, this helps to keep your body balanced, and your muscles aligned, and all that kind of stuff. But also, it'll expand the amount of tricks you'll be able to do in the future. So when you learn it in your better direction, reverse. And it's going to be a lot harder, but over time it'll get easier. Your reverse direction will always be harder, and it's just the way it is. Number 8, this is my personal thing, fingerless gloves, which I like a lot. This is something I just put mine on. These are weightlifting gloves, and you just want to make sure that you have good grip on the palm, some fabric on the back. Some people like biking gloves. These were only like $8 or $9. They last forever. You could throw them in the washing machine. But basically, these will save a lot on your hands. And then if you're out, it's hot, summer, and you're sweating or something, this will keep your grip really good, so your hoop is not slipping on your hand. A lot of people, when they get used to hooping, hoop between their first and second knuckles. I personally like to really hoop on my hand a lot with my heavy hoops, and this keeps it so I can hoop a lot longer and put a lot more effort into my hand hooping, and also stop the hoop immediately. I just feel a lot of control. So that's my own personal thing. I love gloves for hooping. It'll make your hands feel a little hot at first, but you'll get used to it very quickly. Number 9 is the type of clothes you wear. You'll want to wear clothes that are kind of more natural fibers. If you go more towards polyester and other slippery type fabrics, it will make the hoops slip on you. So if you go more cotton or denim or even leather or whatever, you'll have a lot more success. And you know, some people, as far as shoes go, some people hoop barefoot or socks or sneakers, you know, whatever's comfortable for you. I personally tend to prefer socks because I can go on any surface and have that right amount of control and be able to move or glide or whatever. Number 10 is that no matter what you're learning with hooping, no matter what trick, you'll want to know the beginning and the end of the trick first. Because usually the middle part of the trick is the difficult part. That's where you have the variation, something a little bit different. A lot of tricks combine foundations together with variations in the middle. So if you have the beginning, like say you're bringing your hoop above your head, if you know waist hooping and hooping above your head, you'll know where the hoop's going to go. And then you can get that middle part. So always remember the beginning and end first, then add in the middle, because if you don't know where you're going to end up, the trick is always going to end up horribly wrong, and you'll get frustrated or you'll hurt yourself or whatever. So my last bonus tip is to practice the basics. Go back, even if you're an advanced hooper and you've been hooping for a while, make sure to practice all the foundations of chest hooping, thigh hooping, on your waist, everything, at least some, because some people will get into all the tricks and they'll kind of forget to, you know, go over those basics again, and they'll slowly lose the control they've developed over time. So just remembering always to go back to the basics. Some just play with the basics, forget the tricks. That's going to make you a really incredible hooper in the future. It's going to always make sure you have that control, keep your muscles toned and ready to go. It'll really also help it so everything's always fairly smooth as far as tricks go, and you'll mess up a lot less. So, well, that's it. That's my top tips for hooping, and thank you very much for watching.
You put up a fight with me. Now we're leaving. What happened to the Monday?